What's up, you guys? Josh Tonga here. Today, I want to talk about how to turn any negative situation into a positive one, the transurfing way. Because once you understand how the principle of coordination works, and by the end of this, you'll have the ability to make anything work in your favor. And this is still part of a series I'm doing based on the book by Vadim Zeland called Reality Transurfing. And in case you haven't heard, there's an official International Transurfing Institute for the English Language endorsed by Vadim Zeland himself. And I've recently teamed up with them to collaborate so we can help spread this knowledge. And you can find out more about them by clicking on the links below. You see, according to Vadim Zeland, the problem is that people normally feel that they're subject to circumstances, right? For example, he mentions those who are called the negativists. And who are they? Negativists are the ones who believe that they're totally powerless to change anything and are always thinking negative all the time. You know what I'm saying? Hence the name. And I guess you can say if they're good at anything, they're good at realizing their worst expectations, that's for sure. Not something to be admired, folks. And it's a trip because it's like they get a kick out of being right when things go wrong. Like they take pleasure in it, making a big deal out of little things and believing that life gets worse every single day. And by doing that, they find confirmation for everything they expect to happen. In Zealand's words, they've perfected the art of confirming their own negative attitude. But why the heck would they do that? Here's why. It's because negativity is the only thing they have that the world can agree with them on and meet them halfway, as if they find strength in knowing that their worst expectations come true. But no doubt, sometimes the negativist will experience some happy times and some quote-unquote good luck. However, it doesn't last too long because they're like, nah, this is too good to be true. It doesn't feel normal to them. It's not natural. So what do? They start looking for all the bad stuff to complain about again, playing the victim, and blaming others because of their discontent and dragging people down with them. Why? Because that's what's familiar to them. And here lies a paradox. Negativists feel that they're powerless and have no control over their reality, right? But the truth is, they do. In fact, Zealand says that they're exploiting their power to its full force. Think about it. The fact that their worst expectations are realized proves what? It proves that everyone is capable of influencing the course of events in their life. So yeah, they're controlling their reality, all right, but they're doing it in a negative way. Remember, they think life sucks and have a firm conviction that it gets worse and worse every single day. And guess what? The world meets them halfway. And that's why the solution to all this is very simple, folks. There's no need to complicate it. Just as a negativist gets his or her way, all you gotta do is flip the script. You know what I'm saying? You take your negative attitude and then you substitute it with a positive one, plain and simple. For instance, instead of saying life sucks and it's getting worse and worse every single day, you flip it. Say life is good. It just keeps getting better and better every single day. Say it in your own words, of course, in your own lingo, so it feels natural to you. Sound too easy? Look, just because a solution sounds too simple doesn't mean it can't be true, right? A simple mistake only needs a simple correction. So if a negative attitude brings about negative circumstances in your life script, well then, if you want a positive outcome, all you gotta do is have a positive attitude. It's like this. Zealand says that the world is constructed on the principle of dualism. Everything has an opposite manifestation. There's positive and negative, there's light and dark, black and white, etc. That being said, every event on a lifeline, listen, has two branches. One branch leading in a positive and favorable direction, and the other branch leading in a negative and unfavorable direction. So every time you face any kind of event in your life, no matter what it is, you have a choice on how you're going to respond to it, what your relationship to it's going to be. So if you choose to perceive an event as positive, you're going to step onto the favorable branch of the lifeline. But if you choose to perceive an event as negative, you're going to end up on the unfavorable branch of the lifeline. And so however you choose to react, don't be surprised by what follows after. Okay, here's something you could probably relate to. You ever have those days when something goes wrong in the morning? Let's say you hear some bad news and you end up feeling horrible. Then what happens? All of a sudden, you stub your toe on something. Then not too long after, you spill your drink on the floor and you're like, what the heck is going on, dude? I see you nodding your head. I'm just joking. No, I'm not. Or there's this chain of bad luck that confirms the common belief that troubles always come in threes. You heard that before? And you end up having a bad day. Question. Once something that you perceive to be bad happens early in the morning, is it inevitable that you're gonna have a bad rest of the day? And if you're not sure, I've got some good news for you. Don't worry about the saying that bad things always happen in threes, or that you have to have a bad day no matter what. Don't worry about that. Here's what's really going on. When you have a rough start in your day, the chain of negative events doesn't follow on from the first event that happened. It follows on from your relationship to it, your attitude towards it. See, the pattern's created by the choice you make when you stand at the fork in the road. Is this making sense? So when something bad happens, what you want to do, in Zealand's words, is adopt the foolish habit of taking joy in setbacks. Yep, taking joy in setbacks, because it'll shift you onto a positive lifeline. And you might be wondering, what good can be found in something bad though? And yet, however strange it sounds, he says the principle works every time. Now, you don't gotta believe him, but he encourages you to try it. Experiment with it and see what happens. All right, real talk now. I understand that you have things going on at this time that you've interpreted as either being positive or negative, whether it has to do with money, your business, something you heard on the news, your health, a relationship, whatever it is. Based on what I've just shared, your reaction, your attitude right now will determine your following experiences, straight up. So if you put this into practice, I'm telling you, this is a game changer, for real. Try it. Don't be so quick to express a negative attitude right away. See, the reason you start tripping and getting all frustrated is because things are deviating from the script the way you want things to go. Let go of your grip and just chill. Try to see whatever's happening in front of you as just a game. Seriously, be playful about it and laugh it off. To the point, he says, where you pretend that you're even pleased it's happening. See it as a blessing in disguise. There's always a silver lining. And what this does is that it creates a lighthearted mood, which is good. Because believe it or not, when you choose to look for the positive in every difficult or annoying situation, and I mean every situation, you actually end up controlling it and directing it to where you want it to go. Look, as I shared in my last video, the world takes care of you. Okay? The world really does take care of you. And so if something doesn't work out exactly as you've planned, Zealand says it means that you've avoided other problems that you just can't see, which means you can affirm that everything is working out just as it should be. Repeat these words. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, even better. Let me say that again. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, even better. Because according to this principle, that's exactly what it'll be. Because you get what you believe. Yeah. Alrighty, guys, if you enjoyed this, please do me a favor, like and share this. Or if you're listening via podcast, I'd really appreciate a review. It gets more people to discover my work and, of course, help spread this message. And I'd love to hear your experiences or questions in the comments below. And yo, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell right next to it to be notified of my next video. What you waiting for? Pump these out every single week so you don't want to miss them. And don't forget to register for my free online training where I dive deeper into how you can start manifesting the life you really want right now. So check it out. The link's in the description. Like I always say, more's coming. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.